Being Canadian, what does it mean to each one of us? Well, today I'm going to tell you my story. I came to Canada in 2010 with a story which I never had in my mind. My dad immigrated from India and he forced all of us to come along with him. Now what does this mean? I'm preparing for my exams in India, and all I'm set for the universities in India, the colleges, all set for doing engineering, as most non-medical students do over there. And the moment my dad said, we're gonna go to Canada, I'm like, whoa, this can mean two things. First, I don't have to study anymore. Second, this can be bad if I do really bad in my grade 12 exams. Luckily, the second thing never happened. And I did really good in my grade 12 exams. And I was all set to come to Canada. Luckily, my marks for grade 12 were really good, and I got into University of Toronto, one of the best schools. My dad was really proud of me. My mom was proud of me. Unfortunately, she was not here with me. But being in University of Toronto had a lot of different experiences. And my first semester started off in a rock and roll ride. I remember the first day of school, and I was at the Frosh week, as they call here. And we had our orientation. There were a couple of phrases they were using for our school. I'm from UTSC, University of Toronto, Scarborough campus. And there were a couple of phrases they were using. Where do you come from? UTSC. Where do you come from? UTSC. And where the hell is that? Scarborough. And we did that for 4 days before our classes started. And every time I used to meet someone off campus and they used to ask me, how are you doing? I was so inspired that I used to say, UTSC! The other guy used to look at me and think, whoa, what is this guy up to? Now that was my story of being Canadian at the first place. Things took a wide turn from that point on, and I started to think about what it really means for other Canadians to be Canadian. And since I'm really interested in writing poems, I came up with a poem. Fortunately enough, I was able to dig it through my website. And here it is. Quick poem that I wrote within 5 minutes as my first semester ended. Canada is a country where one thinks he should be. It's a fact that going there ain't free. When I stand here and think about it, I realize that you certainly need to be fit. However, studies here are really good. Most of the people wish they can come here if they could. You need to have a strong mind before coming here. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for you to bear. If you left a nice job and came here, then you're a jerk! My birthday is coming pretty soon. I need a gift and a Cadbury perk. I came here without my mother. You don't be such a fool. Come with her together. To survive here, you gotta do some job. Or else your money will finish and you start to sob. The electricity here never dies away. Because of which the Canadians scream, yay, yay, yay. The government here charges so much tax. Even if you want to, you can never relax. I came here right after my secondary school. Oh my God, there's so many rules. When you come here, there are many people you miss, including your family and also your sis. Even after this, you decide to come here, I'm gonna kick your butt and possibly anywhere. I have no idea how I wrote all this. But if you liked it, certainly hug me for the guys or kiss me for the girls. And that was my first step of writing something that I noticed the Canadians. Things turned on a good note from my professional career. I went into the co-op program after my first year, and then I started transforming into how the professional life in Canada works. I remember in my first co-op, I was working with the government in Environment Canada, and people there are really lazy compared to what others in startup companies or big companies do. So they have a very laid-back approach. So if you go on a Monday morning to someone, say your boss, and you ask him, "Hey, I've done all my work from last week. What more is there to do?" And my boss would tell me, "Don't worry, just relax. Just look at the documentations, learn as much as you can, and if there's any work, I'll assign it to you." I'm like, okay, that's pretty easy. You sit there on your desk, you read as much documentation as you want, and you get paid. What more can you want? And then the second part of working was the way people greet each other. I remember when I used to come to work on a Monday morning when everyone else wanted to go back to home and not be at work. And I used to ask my boss, "Hey, how are you?" And my boss used to say, "Good, thanks." And I used to be startled. What, should I respond him back, or should I just wait and just let him go? The quick and abrupt way of greeting each other sometimes startles me. I remember another incident in which there was another coworker for which I let the door open as she was coming along, and she was kind enough to say, "Oh, thanks so much." And I was so startled that I'd say, "Thank you," instead of saying, "You're welcome." And the lady was surprised and she just went away. Things like these definitely are part of Canadian culture. People here are really good, they're graceful, and I definitely say that I'm going towards that direction and becoming Canadian. Thank you.